Hello class, I'm Aurelio Madrid and you are in Introduction to Philosophy Summer 2020 semester. Welcome. I am a little bit about myself. I am a Colorado native. I got my bachelor's degree in philosophy at Metro State University, and I got my master's degree at CU Denver, UCD, okay? And here I am teaching you philosophy. So at this point in the semester, you're probably already asking yourself, what is philosophy? And you might also have a general idea of what it is as well. And so what I'm trying to impress upon students is that there's a good deal of philosophy that we're already thinking about and considering, okay? Except that oftentimes we're not putting words to it quite yet, okay? So what is philosophy? Philosophy is the love of wisdom. It's derived from the ancient Greek word philosophia. But what does it mean to be in love with wisdom, right? To be in love with wisdom involves a deep, engaged curiosity about the ways in which we think and act in the world. So philosophy is about looking underneath the surface of things, what is immanent. It is the search into the deeper meaning of things, which in turn enables us to better understand our everyday lives. It's often correctly said that philosophy is about asking questions, but it's not just about asking anything. It's about asking questions about the way we rationally and irrationally think and act in the world. And also, we are answering those questions. So not only is philosophy engaged in asking questions, it's also engaged in answering those very questions, okay? So we might often be misguided into thinking that philosophy is useless because it is somehow not practical, or that philosophy is only some dry, complicated issues we read about on the page. If we take on this misguided perception, we fail to realize that we have already a philosophic point of view, whether we choose to acknowledge it or not. So we have a general idea of what is right and wrong. That is otherwise known as ethics. We have a general idea of how we come to know things. That's otherwise known as epistemology. We have a general idea of how things relate to one another. That's understood as metaphysics or ontology. We have a general idea how power, freedom, and justice should be distributed in our communities. That's otherwise known as political science or politics. We have a general idea of what we think is beautiful or interesting. That's otherwise known as aesthetics. We have a general idea of how we are religiously faithful or not, and that is otherwise known as religion, and so on. So the difference is that we rarely put such thoughts into words beyond clever sound bites into convincing arguments. We might just be repeating something because we heard someone else say it, or because it's the first thing that pops into our mind. The discipline of philosophy teaches us to think about things with well-rounded precision, well-reasoned precision. The discipline of philosophy starts with our everyday world, but it reaches beyond the everyday opinion of things to constitute the structure and reason for the everyday. Philosophy is the grounding for the way we think. It's the grounding for how it is that we understand metaphysics and ontology. It's the grounding for how it is that we understand what is, etc., etc. So we'll be continuing to talk about this, and thank you. Talk to you in the next video.